Hello there, you're very welcome to Waterford Today, brought to you by WLR FM. Lots of things coming up on the programme, including a great feature on Waterford sporting legends. But first to local news, and we're here at the Broadcast Centre in Ardkeena in Waterford City for the launch of Ireland's first regional radio station, Beat 102 to 103. Chief Executive, Waterford-born Kieran McGeary told us he's hoping to get listeners in the age bracket from 15 to 34 in all 5 counties in the southeast.
The new Beat 102 103.
It's 2 minutes past 1 on Tuesday, 1st of July 2003, and this is the Southeast New Beat 102 103. I'm Lee Doyle, and it's a beautiful day.
It has been a long time coming. We won the licence at the end of April 2002, and we said then that we would be on air on the 1st of July this year. The reason for the delay, as some people would have perceived it, was so that our fantastic broadcast centre here would be completed. But we said we'd be on air the 1st of July 2003.
What sector of the market are you aiming at?
We're targeting 15 to 34-year-old people living and working in the southeast. Our research has shown that this group is not sufficiently well served by existing radio services in the region, and there's a big gap there for them to be catered for. So we'll be providing a service, a music-driven service, with some innovative talk programming as well, and news programming aimed at young people in the region.
How will you persuade listeners to tune in to Beat?
We've undertaken a major marketing campaign and across the region using outdoor billboards and smaller posters. We've also launched a television and cinema advertising campaign and other ambient media like telephone kiosks. In addition to that, we've been very fortunate that throughout our test transmission period, a lot of people got to know about the station and have been tuning in already, and we've been bombarded with text messages from listeners who are very excited about the prospect of Beat. So our challenge now is to transfer those people into loyal listeners to the station, and we're confident that we'll be able to do that.
Paul McGuinness, you're a director of Beat 102 103. Why did you decide to get involved with this project?
Well, I met Des a couple of years ago, Des Whelan from Waterford Local Radio, and we got together to go after the Dublin Youth Radio franchise, and it seemed, we worked together very well at that time. We didn't get that license, but when this one was first offered, it was a natural thing to work together again and go after it. I really like Des, and I think he's got a hugely comprehensive understanding of radio and indeed of this region. As you probably know, he's an old surf bum and pirate, and he seems to he subscribes to a lot of the values that I also subscribe to.
Tell me, your involvement in the radio station, how deep will it be? Are you going to be involved on a day-to-day basis, or are you going to take a bit of a backseat?
No, I'm an investor and I'm a director, and I enjoy radio. I'm fascinated by radio, and through my work with U2 and other people that we manage, I know about radio all over the world, and radio is a very exciting industry, and it's also the fastest way to get new music to people who are interested in music. So radio is a very vital part of the music industry, and I suppose I always come at radio from that perspective. It's a way of putting music out there.
Speaking of U2, as manager of the world's biggest rock band, how did it feel today when the radio station kicked off with A Beautiful Day?
I have to admit I cried. There were a few people crying in the room, I noticed, but it was a great compliment, and certainly on behalf of U2, I'd like to say to everyone in the region that it's an honour we deeply understand and are most grateful for.
Gabrielle Cummins, you're head of news with Beat 102 103. You'll be covering 5 counties in the southeast region. How will the news coverage differ?
It will be very much short and snappy bulletins. There'll be 10 to the hour as opposed to at the top of the hour. The thought process behind that is that the news bulletins will be short and snappy, and they'll be 3 minutes in length with a minute of sport, and then you'll be back to music at the top of the hour, because the music is the most important thing. But we will have a very strong southeast feel within the news. You know, there are 3 of us working here at the broadcast centre, but we will have contacts around the southeast to make sure that news is covered throughout the region.
I was just going to say that you have a very strong team of reporters working with you.
It's very important, yes. We've got Adam Nedwith, who comes from Spain in Dublin, and Clara Walsh comes from Radio Kilkenny, and Vincent Bradley is from Wexford. He's our sports journalist. So there's a good feel across the region from our journalist point of view, and hopefully along with contacts around all the counties we'll get the news that's important across the region.